On Saturday, April 5th, we are scheduled to see both Final Four games, and honestly, this is a great slate of games. Starting off, we have Florida-Auburn, followed then by Duke-Houston, and these are both great games. We're going to start here, obviously, with Florida-Auburn, because this is the game that's on first. I really like Florida in this game, even though Florida's been very, very shaky recently. They've been down, they've had to come back, they've had a claw back, which they have. They've won these games, they find ways to finish, and it's all because of Walter Clayton Jr. 2 clutch threes to finish off that Texas Tech matchup, that 9-point deficit heading in. There's like 5 minutes left, and they came back, won that game. Florida looked a little shaky down the stretch. They've definitely seemed touchable. I've had questions going into this tournament if Florida was even going to be touched, if they were just going to run through this tournament, and they have not. They've had tough matchups. They've found ways to win games, but it has been a little shaky down the stretch. And for Auburn, just cruising past Michigan State, Johnny Broome, a scare when he went down. It looked like he hyperextended that knee, the elbow at the same time. He goes into the locker room to get x-rayed, and he comes right back out, and then he drills a three. He lets everyone know he is all right. Auburn finds themselves in this Final Four matchup after cruising past Michigan State, and this is going to be a good one. But honestly, I do think Florida is going to take this matchup. But if Auburn and Johnny Broome comes back at full health, he has that time to rest, he has time to sit down, evaluate, make sure his elbow's good to go, his knee's good to go. If they come out swinging out of the gate, Florida is a team that can get behind at times. So if Auburn can run away with a little lead to start this game, it could be Auburn's game to win. But I do think Florida is going to go ahead early, and I think they're going to ride that momentum all game. I think they're going to take this one pretty steadily, and I think they're going to find themselves in the national championship match on Monday, April the 7th. And who do I think they're going to face? We're about to find out, because Duke-Houston is the second semifinal game following Florida-Auburn at 8:49 p.m. in San Antonio. I believe it's a beautiful Final Four logo this year. They do the Final Four very, very well. March Madness is just obviously one of the most premier tournaments in all of sporting history. And Duke, there's one key difference in this matchup. If there's one key difference in Houston-Duke, it is that Houston does not have Cooper Flagg. Houston does not have the greatest basketball player in all of college basketball. Houston does not have the unanimous #1 pick deciding if he wants to declare or not. In this matchup, Duke does. They also have a stacked loadout behind them. Tyrese Proctor, Con Knipple. They have a great roster, and they find themselves in the Final Four for like the millionth time in program history. And again, this was a weird Final Four this year, all chalked. First time since 2008 that all 1 seeds have been in the Final Four. Kansas won it that year, and I believe we're going to stay with the blue theme, and I believe Duke is going to knock off Houston in this game. But it's a very interesting matchup, being that Houston is a very defense-heavy team. They allow about 58 points per game, which is very, very low. I believe they lead the nation in points per game. But Duke, on the other hand, I believe they lead the nation on points scored per game with around 81, 83 in that range, points scored per game. So it's going to be, can Houston's defense stop Duke's offense? That's the whole question. Or will Duke's offense come out and do what they've done all year? Cooper Flagg come out and trifle Houston's defense, and I believe I'm going to take the latter of the two, and I just believe you're not stopping that man right there. Cooper Flagg is going to have a day. I believe he's going to elevate Duke and do what he needs to do in the clutch, because that's what great players do, and I'm going to take Duke in this matchup to face Florida in the national championship. And just like in my March Madness video, the Brogan-Hillman Show bracket, if you haven't seen it, go click up in the top corner right up there. I have Duke beating Florida in this national championship. We said it from the jump. It's looking very, very realistic now. I didn't think it was going to be all 1 seeds. I thought Tennessee was going to be in this spot against Duke, and I thought I was going to have someone else. I believe Michigan State against Florida in the Final Four, but we got there regardless. Our national championship is still very, very much intact, and I believe Duke, Cooper Flagg, and those Blue Devils once again are going to be partying like it's 2015, raising that national championship trophy, and I have the Blue Devils continuing to win the national championship, much like, again, in my official bracket before the tournament started. Thank you guys for tuning in. Look out for that man right there. He's on a dangerous tear. Cooper Flagg and the Duke Blue Devils winning the national championship. I love you all very, very much. Make sure to like, subscribe, but most importantly, make sure to keep God #1. It's been Brogan, and I'm out.